It's the year 1940, and the world is gripped by war. As British cryptographers work tirelessly at Bletchley Park, a young mathematician named Alan Turing races against time to crack the Enigma code, a machine used by Germans to encrypt their communication during World War II. The groundbreaking breakthrough by Alan Turing shifts the tide of war, saves thousands of lives, and shows the world the power of encryption. In today's world, we hear this word encryption a lot, but what it is? And what if there is no encryption at all? Imagine a world where your phone calls are public as billboards, where your emails are read like open books, and where your online banking is a hacker's playground. This isn't a science fiction, it's the reality we face before encryption, and the nightmare we will witness if encryption disappears today. In this video, I'll take you from the ancient battlefields where the Greeks used the Scytale to send secret messages to the high-stake drama of World War II. You will discover how a lost USB drive could expose thousands of secrets, and why tech giants like Apple stood up to the FBI to protect your privacy. We will reveal the shocking truth behind Edward Snowden's leak and show you why companies like Target Corporation learned the hard way that weak security can cost millions. But it's not all doom and gloom. We will also explore how modern encryption is your invisible shield, protecting everything from your WhatsApp messages to your country's national secrets. And we will peek into the future, where quantum encryption promises to take security to mind bending new levels. So, are you ready to unlock secrets of encryption, to understand invisible force that's protecting you right now? Stay tuned, because in the next few minutes you will never look at your smartphone the same way again. Encryption is scrambling the information using a rule so that only authorized people who know the rule can read it. For example, imagine you want to send the message hello secretly, and you decided the encryption rule for your communication will be to shift each letter forward in the alphabet, so that the word hello after shifting each alphabet forward becomes IFMMP. Now, even if someone unauthorized got your message, IFMMP will not be able to decode it. Only someone who knows the rule, that is, shifting each letter forward, can read the real message. This process of scrambling the information using a rule is called encryption, and rule itself is called encryption key. In this case, it's a very simple key, and the encryption in this example is easy to decode. But in the world of real encryption, more complex encryption rules involve sophisticated mathematical formulas. For example, modern encryption like AES or RSA uses mathematical formulas that process data in multiple steps, often in huge combinations, making it nearly impossible to guess without the correct key. Such scrambling of information or encryption is not only applicable to plain text on paper. In fact, similarly, we can encrypt radio signals, voice signals, and today, the whole digital communication. Looking at the example, you might be thinking, what if encryption key itself is stolen? Yes, that might happen. But in modern systems, it's nearly impossible to steal those keys due to techniques like secure storage, access control, multi-factor authentication, even encryption of encryption keys, and several others. Encryption is the last line of defense against data theft, because even if someone somehow get access to your data, it will be of no use because it is scrambled, it is encrypted. But how the world will be like without encryption? In early 20th century, a simple tap on a telephone line gave eavesdroppers full access to private conversations. No encryption, no protection. This was one of the simplest methods. An individual would locate the physical telephone line, usually a pair of wires leading from a house or building to a central exchange, and attach an induction coil or alligator clips, or even twist the tap wires directly to the line. Someone could listen in without affecting the conversation. The listener would often connect a recording device to capture the audio. Similarly, telegraph messages too were far from being secure. By tapping into the line, spies and competitors could easily intercept these early digital communications, reading them like an open book. Even physical mails, letters were at risk. An intercepted letter could expose trade secrets, military plans, or personal information. Data theft is not a modern invention. Long before the digital age, information was vulnerable to anyone with the right tools or intent. Today, data breaches have evolved with the technology, but the risk remains the same. Similar to telephone line tapping in old days, today on an insecure public Wi Fi, hackers use packet sniffers to silently capture everything you send emails, passwords, banking details, all in real time. Encryption is the only thing standing between you and them. Without encryption, even modern apps are just as vulnerable. With the technical advancement, the techniques to steal your data has also evolved. For example, a man in the middle attack is when an attacker secretly intercepts and possibly alters the communication between two parties who believe they are directly communicating with each other. This allows the attackers to steal sensitive information or inject malicious content without either party's knowledge. Browsing a website without HTTPS? It's an open invitation for anyone monitoring the network. A hacker can easily capture your login credentials, steal password information, or inject malicious code. Because the added S in HTTPS makes it different than HTTP and provides security by encrypting data transmitted between a user's browser and the website, preventing eavesdropping. It also verifies the website's identity through SSL TLS certificates, ensuring users connect to the legitimate sites. You are offline. The danger still looms. A lost or stolen USB drive, if unencrypted, can expose sensitive files instantly. In the past, physical break-in targeted paper records. Today, a single device can carry the secrets of thousands. Phishing attack. Phishing in cybersecurity is very similar to actual phishing. Just as a fisherman uses bait to lure fish, cyber attackers use fake emails, messages, or websites to lure victims into giving up personal information. In both cases, the goal is to trick the target into taking the bait, either biting the hook or clicking a link leading to capture. For example, a fake bank alert text like "Your account is debited," or somebody logged into your online bank account, or a fake delivery alert like "Your package couldn't be delivered." That makes you think you need to act quickly, but clicking it lets a scammer steal your personal information. A Trojan horse attack, which is likely the ancient Greek story. A harmful program is disguised as something useful or trustworthy, tricking users into installing it. Once inside, it can open the gates to steal the data or cause damages. Much like Greek soldiers hidden in the Trojan horse entered Troy and attacked. For example, receiving a convincing email attachment labeled as free gift card, which, when opened, secretly installs malware to steal your information. Other cyber attacks are ransomware, spyware, and zero-day exploits are constantly evolving, using sophisticated tactics to bypass defenses. Attackers adapt quickly, leveraging AI, social engineering, and new vulnerabilities to outsmart security measures daily. From the simple phone tap to sophisticated cyber attacks, the methods of data theft have changed, but the solution is the same: encryption. It protects your data, locks it away, and ensures that only you control who can see it. Without it, your information is just waiting to be stolen. Encryption, hiding secrets in plain sight, has been used long before the digital era. In ancient times, the Greeks used the Scytale, a simple cipher wrapped around a staff, to send secret messages in wartime. It consists of a cylinder around which a strip of parchment or leather is wrapped. The sender would write a message along the length of the strip, and when unwrapped, it would appear as gibberish. Only someone with the matching cylinder of the same diameter could wrap the strip again to read the message, making it a simple yet effective form of cipher. Romans, they had their own methods. The Caesar cipher. The Caesar cipher is a simple encryption technique named after Julius Caesar. It works very much like our initial example, where we shifted the alphabets to next alphabet in the word hello. In Caesar cipher, they were doing more alphabet shifting. For example, with a shift of 3, the letter A becomes D and B becomes E, and so on. While easy to use, it's also relatively easy to crack. In these early times, encryption was rudimentary but effective enough to protect vital information from enemy eyes. But encryption took a dramatic leap during World War II. With the infamous Enigma machine, the Germans used it to decode military communications, believing its complex encryption was unbreakable. Each time a letter was typed, the machine shifted the encryption code, creating billions of possible combinations. The Germans thought their secrets were safe, but in a hidden British facility known Bletchley Park, mathematicians and engineers led by Alan Turing cracked Enigma code. This breakthrough helped shorten the war by years, proving the immense power of encryption in modern warfare. Movie named The Imitation Game dramatizes the gripping story of Alan Turing and his team of brilliant mathematicians as they race against time to break the Enigma code. Turing's groundbreaking work not only saves countless lives but also lays the foundation for modern computing. Bletchley Park became a museum in 1993. The site preserves original wartime buildings and artifacts, showcasing its role in breaking the Enigma and Lorentz codes during World War II. It's now a heritage site, attracting visitors to learn about its impact on cryptography and modern computing. As the world moved into digital age, the need for stronger encryption grew. In 1977, the US introduced DES, or Data Encryption Standard, to protect sensitive data. This algorithm became foundation for modern encryption, locking data behind complex mathematical problems. DES was a powerful tool in this time, but soon the cracks began to show. Hackers found ways to break it, and so new, stronger algorithms like AES, Advanced Encryption Standard, were developed, creating even more complex keys that could take trillions of years to crack. But not everyone was happy with all this information hiding. In 1990s, encryption was at the center of fierce battle between governments and technologists, what became known as crypto wars. As a strong encryption became available to the public, government feared it would allow criminals and terrorists to communicate in secret. The US government proposed the Clipper chip, a way to give them access to encrypted messages. Introduced in 1993, the Clipper chip was designed to provide a means of secure communication while allowing government access through a backdoor. However, the program faced significant backlash from public privacy advocates, and technology experts who argued that it compromised security and violated individual privacy rights. By mid 1990s, concerns about the feasibility and effectiveness of the Clipper chip led to its decline. In 1996, the government officially abandoned the program, acknowledging the challenge in implementing such a controversial system. The Clipper chip is often cited as a key moment in crypto war, illustrating the tensions between national security and personal privacy. Today, encryption is everywhere. Every time you send a text, make an online purchase, or store files in the cloud, encryption is working in the background, scrambling your data to protect it. Apps like WhatsApp and Signal use end to end encryption, ensuring that only you and the person you are communicating with can read the message. No one else, not even the service providers. In the corporate world, encryption protects financial transactions, medical records, and trade secrets. Governments use it to secure classified information, and military grade encryption safeguards national security. Encryption has evolved rapidly from the basic Caesar cipher to RSA, a public key encryption system developed in 1970s. Each breakthrough has made encryption more secure. RSA paved the way for secure online transactions. Then came AES, which still powers encryption today with its unbreakable 256-bit keys. And now, we are on the brink of the next revolution, quantum encryption. As quantum computers develop, traditional encryption methods could be at risk. But quantum encryption promises a new level of security, where even the power of quantum computing can't break the code. But you might be thinking, why have we started hearing the word encryption everywhere in recent years? And why is it such a pressing concern for everyone? In my opinion, it is because we are more digitally dependent than ever before. We communicate online, store our private information in the cloud, and transport secrets that used to be kept in physical lockers onto someone else's computer. In 2013, Edward Snowden, a former NSA contractor, shocked the world when he leaked documents exposing the government's widespread surveillance of ordinary citizens. Imagine waking up to discover that your private emails and phone calls were being tracked without your knowledge. After Snowden's revelation, a surge of concern erupted, leading many to demand stronger encryption methods to safeguard their personal data. As a result, services like WhatsApp and Signal introduced end-to-end encryption, ensuring that only the sender and the receiver can read messages. Today, over 2 billion users rely on WhatsApp for secure communication. Fast forward to 2016, when Apple faced off against the FBI. After a terrorist attack, the FBI asked Apple to create a way to unlock suspects' iPhone. Apple refused, saying it could endanger millions of users by weakening encryption. This showdown made it clear that encryption is key to keeping our information safe. Then in 2018, the General Data Protection Regulation was introduced in Europe, raising the bar for how companies handle your data. Businesses now had to get your permission to use your information and protect it properly. This was a big wake-up call. If you don't protect customers' data, you could face huge fines. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, more people than ever were using online communication, video calls, online shopping, and the health app became essential, highlighting the need for encryption. But what happens when encryption fails? Let us take the Target data breach that happened in 2013 in US. Imagine waking up to find your bank account empty because hackers broke into Target's system, stealing the credit and debit card information of over 40 million customers. Target here is Target Corporation, which is a large retail company based in United States, known for its chain of discount stores. This huge data breach happened during the busy holiday shopping season, affecting countless shoppers. The hackers got in through a third-party vendor, showing how even big companies can be vulnerable. As a result, Target lost around $162 million, faced numerous lawsuits, and suffered a damaged reputation, reminding us all how easily our personal information can be stolen. So far, you would have understood how important the encryption is, but it's a hot topic. Some believe it's crucial for privacy, while others argue it hides criminal activities. Remember the Apple versus FBI case of 2016 we just discussed? Governments argue that encryption helps criminals hide, making it hard to stop illegal activities. There has been several instances where IT companies and governments came face to face. Not only that, encryption has a hidden cost that is often overlooked. Imagine trying to stream a movie on a slower network. High-level encryption can add extra processing time, causing frustrating buffering or lag. Then there is storage. Encrypted files are bulkier, taking up more space on your device, which means companies like Dropbox have to invest heavily in additional storage for secure data. One more dramatic twist. Imagine if all your savings vanished overnight, not because of a hack, but because the key to your account was lost forever. That's exactly what happened in 2019 Quartiga CX case. The CEO of cryptocurrency exchange was the only one with access to encrypted keys, holding $190 million in customer funds. When he unexpectedly passed away, thousands of everyday people were locked out of their life savings with no way to retrieve them. This case shows just how risky encryption can be if only one person holds the keys, emphasizing why backup solution and access recovery are essential for protecting personal assets in an encrypted world. Encryption is not limited to apps and websites you visit. Did you know that every time you unlock your phone with your fingerprint or face, you are actually using encryption? When you set up a fingerprint or face ID, your device encrypts that data, converting it into code that only your phone can read. Your car keys rely on encryption. Most modern car key fobs send encrypted signals to your car to prevent anyone else from unlocking it. Your smart home is encrypted. From smart doorbells and cameras to virtual assistants like Alexa, your smart devices use encryption. Wearable devices like Fitbits and Apple Watches encrypt your health data from your heartbeat to the steps you take each day. The world's strongest encryption powers Bitcoin. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies use a type of encryption called SHA-256. To put in perspective, breaking SHA-256 encryption would require more computing power than ever existed in world today. This makes it virtually unbreakable, which is why it's trusted for securing billions in digital assets. When NASA communicates with rovers on Mars, for example, it encrypts the signals sent millions of miles across space. These facts make it clear, from our daily gadgets to space missions, encryption is everywhere, constantly safeguarding our world. From protecting your personal messages to securing online transactions, encryption plays a vital role in maintaining our privacy and security. So, take charge of your digital life. Use secure apps. Enable two factor authentication. Keep your devices and apps updated. Be aware of your digital footprint and advocate for stronger encryption measures. Remember, encryption is not just a technical buzzword, it's your digital shield.